seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team back.
Huh? Tell Alan he sucks ass for not giving me credit, because I said VG.R would win too. Kim, no, I'm just kidding.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah. Yeah.
Phoenix's turn.
No, but it's nobody. I don't know. What have you been doing? Just talking in there, chilling? Yeah, that sucks when like the other person you know you're on break with kind of goes off and you can't really talk to anybody at times.
If I really want to like do actual challenge,
I mean, with the games like these today, looks like 2 hoes around the board or something crazy.
it's funny because in theory they could all be like they all look like they could be even.
Yeah, they could have been. Like the last 2 series were both 50-minute games or something for both the last 2, and very close.
Radiant team
Да, поэтому семейные сейчас более агрессивные, чуть более хорошие воспоминания, решения, сайленс. Соответственно, он это быстрее вынесет. Достаточно, чтобы ты без ставки, все делают это.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team back. Phoenix's turn to battle.
After like 2 hours, I will like grab it and I'll I try to wait until I
Radiant team back.
Hardcore what? What did he say? Hardcore what? What is it? I thought he said hardcore invasion or something.
Обычно они играли через
That's what I said. Nice.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team back.
Nice taco. Beastmaster's not the best.
Why are they not showing the draft a lot?
What?
They're not showing the draft like ever.
Yeah. Now they are. VG, Reborn are gonna pick either Puck or DP again, maybe for mid.
Puck or who?
I think Puck or DP for mid again. Puck's really good against Slark for silencing, but what else? They could get their other support now. time is it? Do we need hangers, you think, still? It would be nice, right? How many for each of us? Like 4 more for each? Or?
Yeah, like 3 more for each of us, at least. You know, for 3 more days of outfits.
Yeah.
Radiant team pick.
How many of us are there? 7 or 8?
There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Yeah. There's 3 on the panel,
3 and
2
then
casting, and 2
on
on
break.
break.
Yeah.
Live stealer.
Phoenix's turn to battle. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Resolve time.
И напрашивается, я не знаю, если появляется, это он способен, который будет играть роль роутера, максимально с одной стороны,
I'll probably ask you your opinion on the latest craze for Life Stealer.
Radiant team battle.
I already know that. Got you covered.
возможно, могут не пытаться как хайп, не пытаться как-то бездействовать, или могут просто, наверное, сменить трактор.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Resolve time.
Вообще, в Китае практиковали немного. То есть там могло быть и так, и так.
10 seconds
В целом,
remaining.
понятно, что мы все говорили, что все люди радости и говорили, что могут просто не сказать.
5 seconds
А
remaining.
если не покажут, то с каким контролем, с любой героем, будет крайне.
That's a really good pick. It's a Beastmaster 4 position. Thank you so much, Charles. As myself and Alan back at the caster panel. The game's actually already underway, but Alan, quickly your impressions about the draft, and do you think Vici Gaming can do it 2-0? And also your opinion about the return now of this Lifestealer craze.
Well, you're asking a lot of questions with so little time here, Dakota. But I agree. It could be very close once again for VG.R and MVP have very even drafts here. I think this will be our first best of 3, so I'm going to say MVP are going to win it because I love this Earthshaker for disengaging that Lifestealer. He can just block them off once, and then all their chase potential could be gone. And I think it's all in the backs right now of how well Fibby can do for this disengages.
People are talking about how they feel this meta is getting a bit stale, and they're calling out, please, Mr. Lizard, save us from this. But we're seeing a resurgence of Lifesteal, and if Lifesteal is back in the spotlight, that means heroes like Earthshaker are going to be back in the spotlight. Then I think there's room for, a little bit more potential of just changing trends of heroes here. But we'll have to see.
So now another patch for another 4 months?
Yeah, Dakota? That might be how it goes here. We'll have to see.
Every day.
Maybe a mild patch, but we'll have to see if that's going to be the case or not as we do get underway, folks. It's game number 2, Vici Gaming Reborn going against MVP here. There's double elimination, but if MVP do drop this, they will risk going down into the lower bracket early on here. And another interesting note, of course, is with that last pickup here of the Darkseer, who is going to get stunned up early. Ooh, swing and a miss from QO, not going to be able to catch the pounce. Yang, though, still trapped. Body blocks coming out from MP. And, well, it looks like Yang might be able to still find his way. Febio, meanwhile, he's got the clarity rolling through. He needs a little bit more time, and the Fisher will be there. There it is. Can he get the connection? Yang goes south. They're going to be able to hit him, and QO will be able to pop him down with one last right click. It's long-winded, but a first blood is going to go the way of MVP.
That was just very greedy, trying to catch out the hero there, and they got the D-ward too. So realizing that he was trying to make that sneaky play, having the extra vision for the Darkseer, and that's going to hurt him a lot. But at least he's going to come back to lane. He's going to get level 2 now.
And as he comes back to lane, QO is just making his return back to his top lane, and he's got Surge now, though, as his level 2 comes up, and he's going to walk right into a brick wall. Yang could be going down 2 times straight, and it looks like that will be the case, and both of them going the way of QO and his Slark. My goodness, could not ask for a better start here if you're an MVP fan.
And it's just looking very good for them right now. Meanwhile, in the mid lane here, MP is going to be going for that Quas-Wex build that the casters were, or the analysts were talking about. It's going to help out a lot, and I think that Mikasa is just a little bit less, mechanically skilled here than MP, so he's not going to be doing good time here. It's 4-1 already in the favor of both of them, and that favors the Invoker heavily because he's the one that needs to start getting up the damage with the phase boots and starting to get those last hits, but not enough pressure being applied by Mikasa, and not enough last hits, I think, for him.
Yeah, and this game not having the benefit of that FY rolling in with the Earth Spirit. This game he's actually been playing this 4 position straight to jungle Beastmaster right up with the Iron Talon. Reed, what do you think about this? I mean, it's a bit more greedy for your 4 position, but do you think in the long run it might benefit them a lot?
I mean, he's level 3 already. This is insane. A level 3 at 2 minutes in with
he's grinding right now. This is Enigma level jungling play right now.
Exactly. So that's going to help them a lot. And normally the Darkseer shouldn't have been shut down this much, but
Yang. Gotta be careful here. You're in a lane against the Disruptor here. Dubu did not level up the Glimpse yet. He does level it right there at that moment. Will be able to get it off, but a setup for the Fissure, I don't think, though. He's going to have the Surge, and he'll be able to make it away, but they continue to keep Yang in check.
Yeah, that's a lot of wasted mana, and looking at Yang, he has a lot of consumables, so not the best thing for MVP there to waste it. Let's see, Febby will be able to work with the Fissure here shortly, but Dubu's going to be forced to use that Clarity now, and I don't know, is Darkseer, does he have to go back into the lane, or back into the jungle? That's going to be the question.
The problem is the jungle is being occupied by this gentleman here, Mr. FY, and I don't know if I can really fault him. Now he's level 4 just before the 3-minute mark. But what are you doing with all this early momentum? Is it straight to level 6 so you can kind of make an impact in the lane with your first Primal Roar? What are you looking to do with all this huge surplus of XP that you're getting to yourself in the jungle?
Right, I want to see where he wants to rotate in because, you have this Invoker who's going to go for this Quas-Wex build. You get a lot more strength built up with your Quas here, and the regen is going to be there. So it's going to be hard for him to smoke gank the mid lane without the Queen of Pain having the ulti. And then meanwhile, if you rotate bottom lane and get a kill on 4F, they can't really push the tower that well with the Beastmaster until he starts getting up those Necro books. So it's going to be interesting, yeah, like you said, where he's going to go.
And I guess, early headdress here, straight for the mech possibly. It's almost like he is playing it like an Enigma in a sense, utilizing his creeps to help jungle farm that much faster, and with this huge surplus of XP could turn it into some early momentum for his team in any sort of lane. Step in, dish out the big ulti, and then turn into a push.
He's probably done this a lot where he's like, well, let me just get this instead of getting a lot of consumables, like, double tangos or tango and salve, and she's going to have a headdress, and like you said, he can build that into something later on if he wants.
Looks like there is going to be a bit of a pause here coming out from FY. He's being scouted at the moment from a little Treant Protector. He's a bit low on life, but it's all to protect towards that 4-minute rune here, which is about to come out. Mikasa will make a jump for Evers, rotate in. The Sprout will come out, and here comes trouble. Femi is going to get stopped there. DDC gets a nice two-man connection with the stun, and now they look to Delta split a bit. They're going to make the move for DDC. He gets hit with the fissure, and the glimpse will pull him back, and that will lead to a pickoff. MVP will... Meanwhile, top lane Kyo's going to get a solo kill. Oh, Yang! He strikes back. After that punishing start, he'll finally be able to get a kill for himself, and it finally gets VG Gaming Reborn on the board.
Oh my goodness, a solo kill for the Darkseid in the off lane. Everything is forgiven now for Yang. You are a king now. How does that even happen? He didn't have his level 6 on Sark, and he's going for this greedy Midas already.
Straight to Midas, already has the recipe and couldn't even afford the gloves yet. Uh-oh. We'll have to see if this could come back to bite him in the ass a bit. Otherwise, we'll just get right back into the grind of farm. And as you said, this just turns out wonderfully for Yang. He's quickly up to near level 5 at this moment. We'll have to make the long run back to base here. Touching base, though, with FY at this point. He's going to be fishing out a salve for himself, and he's going to grind his way towards that level 6, it looks like.
It's funny how, when I talked about the headdress, he immediately gets the tangos and the salves, too, to help him jungle out here. But yeah, he's on a nicely timed pace. As you said, he's kind of like Enigma. Enigma should be around like 6 right about now, so he's doing a good job keeping up. And right now, Mikasa is just going to be the brunt of this. 23, actually, he's doing really well for himself. 23-8 to 19-9 for the Invoker. So not doing too bad here in the mid lane. I thought he was going to start going even more behind against the Invoker once MP got his phase boots, but that's not the case. He's doing a really good job CSing here in the mid lane.
The Midas will be complete now there. Just shy of 6 minutes. Still, it's a really good timing, but as you said, is very greedy, and I'm curious to see if Vici Gaming Reborn are going to be punishing him for it or not. Another hefty movement here from MVP to make sure they could secure a rune, this time the top bounty, which will be snagged up there from Forev. And might even segue this towards the mid lane for a little bit of push. And he will spawn the Treants, and they are going to be going for a tier 1 now.
Yeah, let's look at the TP rotations. What can they really do?
Well, they have Primal War now on FY, and he is in the neighborhood
Life Stealer too with TP, and yeah, they have to be very careful. We saw last game MVP throwing bodies at towers did not work.
Did not.
They need to be a little bit more surgical.
Uh-oh. Well, they are going to make a move for Yang. They ping him out right now. There's the early kinetic field. He still holds on to the surge, but you got to expect the glimpse to be coming out here. Femi, though, is going to lead it with a nice fissure. Kyo gets the movement, and he's going to get the kill. It's actually Dubu who will pick that one up, but a good pick off there for Yang.
Hey, just see how effective this, disruptor is against Darkseid. You just can't do anything in the lane once they find you.
Forev rotated in for the bottom, and well, as FY shows himself, Forev already makes a move back. That's too deep to commit a Primal War. It's going to lead to nothing. A rotation's going to come in from MP. He gets a nice Tornado EMP combo, and this is going to turn into a bit of trouble for FY. It will force out the stun from DDC to help escort this Beastmaster back out to safety. It looks like they will be able to make it away without losing anything up. But above though, Mikasa's made the jump here for MP. Moving forward, holds the Sonic Wave, gets it off there, and will be able to get the kill.
Yeah, nice rotations coming in from him. They got the kill on the Invoker. That's going to be a heavily prized target here, and that's going to allow the Queen of Pain to just start doing a lot more effective against the Invoker, and that's the timing. Oh, top lane once again.
Yang again. But they able to get the wall off right now. Right now, Kyo down. He jumps away, but the surge comes out, and he's not going to be able to make it out of there. Yang going to get turned around, and he makes his move for 2. He's going to get 2. Unbelievable from Yang. After they continue to break him down here, he's going for it. Are you serious right now? Okay, no, he will turn the corner. It's a bit too much. This time, though, he will try to find his way out. He has no TP square, though, and he's a fugitive. Deny me, please.
Nice soloing.
Well played from Yang, man. This guy's... most of the attention has been in his lane here in the top, and just when they're able to pick him off a couple of times, he always finds a way to strike back.
From 0 to hero, and so fast. Really well played from Yang, and that's the biggest thing right now. When you're having these solo kills on the Slark, slowing him down, he has the Midas, so he wants to constantly get up that EXP in the farm, and it's what happens when you don't have all this mana to work with. You don't have that access to that Aquila that you normally do, so you're lacking mana. Yang is going to get pounced on here a little bit, but
Kyo's got to be careful, though. I mean, it's a level 4 Ion Shell, and when you're only sporting, pretty much a Midas, you're not going to be the biggest, tankiest hero right now, but he's about to finish off what looks like his power treads here, so going back and building up the early foundation, but they are going to be looking to punish him once again. FY's here with the smoke looking to move in. Can't get close enough, though, for the primal roar here. That opportunity might have just missed its window, but it looks like VG Gaming Reborn are still going to try to pressure up this top lane quite a bit.
Yeah, meanwhile, they're going for a smoke play on the bottom lane here. They did pop. Oh, nice tornado, gonna pop.
Yep, poor DDC. DDC is not going to be able to get the catch of the stun on that one, and it will lead to an easy support takedown there for MVP. And they'll probably look to turn this into a bit of pressure onto this tier 1, and we could end up with a bit of a trade. Q-Ro's still hanging around this top lane here. Gotta be careful. Roar is still going to connect, even with the pounce going off, but he's still pretty far away, and you don't want to be diving too deep for that one, so they'll make their go for the tier 1 top lane as simultaneous action bottom lane as MVP will make their own trade.
This is really nice for them. Getting any trades against the MVP lineup is always good because you normally can't really split push as effectively as the Furion, and the Invoker's going to be applying a lot of pressure here on the map, so any access to the map that they can get is going to help VG.R tremendously. And because we've already seen that one Sonic Wave kind of kill off the Invoker, now it's going to be on him to make his next play. He's saving up 1.6k here.
Yeah, what do you think is the best option for him? We typically, been seeing a lot of the Orchid grabs, but what about
this is
this
a
game?
BKB game, but at the same time, I think Ags, it's so difficult because yours doesn't really help against the Disruptor sendback. You need to have that BKB, but going BKB on Queen of Pain first hurts your farm tremendously, as well as, just having better stats all around. So it's going to be interesting what he goes for, as well as, FY. It's talked about he could have went for maybe the mechanism, but obviously the Darkseer is going to be the main handle of that. So he's just using that for more efficiency in the jungle and still going to go back for the Neko 3. That's going to help a lot for just going for those solo pickoffs around the map. And duly noted, they have the Lifestealer now, and that's a lot of the problems with Beastmasters at times when you don't have just enough damage. But if you have that Lifestealer bomb inside you, then it's going to add a lot of pressure.
Mild pressure here in the bottom lane coming out from MVP, but just to backpedal a bit, it's been unfortunate for FY after a successful jungle experience is yet to really make a strong presence with that primal roar here. But they're going to make another go at it. It looks like they smoked up, and they're going to take a long journey up and above to look for Pharrell here. And well, with the drums coming out, there's a good roar, and this should lead to a nice and easy execution takedown there, going the way of VG Gaming Reborn.
And that's going to transition now into the mid-tier 1 when they catch out the Furion like that. So, meanwhile, they're going to have QO split push in the top lane. He's not going to be able to take this, but still going to be able to apply some pressure. They have this Hawk scouting out where they are, and they still don't have the best way to deal with this Lifestealer, Dakota. I mean, the best thing to really set up for is maybe a tornado into a fissure? Really, how do they lock down this Lifestealer?
I don't know. They don't have a huge window to work with, especially since he's now building up more into that tank zone. He's got the Ogre Club waiting in the wings there. Top lane, rotation in from Mikasa. He's going to quickly blink away from trouble, but they're looking to pursue. They're getting up the Sprout, and quickly Forex sees trouble coming, so he's going to go for a TP himself. QO, though, not looking to line up. Puts out the Dark Pack, looking to go for possibly a pounce, but it takes him to the high ground. But he couldn't hurdle, so he's going to get stuck. DDC will just pick him off easily with the finger. Unfortunately, a misplay there for QO.
Yeah, you're not going to win the Olympics by that jump. Oh my. And now they're putting more pressure on the bottom lane. You have the TP out coming from the Lifestealer. Yeah, like we talked about, it's going to be hard for them to really pick off ZYF if they don't have an Orchid. So, and MP's not even going for an Orchid. He's going for his standard Midas.
It's very greedy itemization here from MVP, and if VG Gaming Reborn can ramp things up as they did in game number 1, this could be a bit punishing to MVP when they're not really, at that point of itemization they'd like. And they are getting some nice D-wardage here. DDC will get rid of that pretty deep offensive ward. Does put him in a bit in the dark. MP still floating around, but needs to be careful. Gets off that one tornado, but parallel to him, DDC just up in the north, trying to hunt him down, but looks like they will not pursue.
So now it looks like they're going to go back to their side. Do they have any smokes now to work with from VG.R? It looks like they're the ones that want to be extra aggressive right now. I think they're stronger. They have the mechanism online. Meanwhile, MVP doesn't have that necessary sustain. They've been rotating around the map so heavily. It's 14 minutes in the game. Your Earthshaker is still level 5. Your Disruptor is still level 5. Almost going to get that 6 though, but still.
You need those 6s. That's the bulk of your team fight right now. I mean, you can have the Invoker try to set things up with your nice little tornado combo setup, but, you know, you're counting on the Disruptor being able to kind of set the stage with a huge Static Storm, and then, you know, hopefully Febby can find a way in there to really bring in the dunk. But without those big power-hitting, you know, combos, it does leave him a bit starved as far as damage potential. But it looks like before any sort of potential new skirmish is going to break out, they will be able to have the time to kind of get those level 6s together. It's on them, though, to kind of make them count with their debut.
Yeah, but the problem with Earthshaker is he needs those levels into Aftershock, else if you Echo Slam, they're just going to immediately walk away because they're not stunned for that long. So you still need levels on the Earthshaker, and running him as, you know, this greedy support here from Febby. He will have a Blink Dagger maybe at a reasonable time here. He's got 1,000 gold saved up, and so they are finding farm on their supports. It's just not the EXP.
Smoked up, looking for anyone kind of hanging around the back or looking for anyone to TP in to defend this tier 2. But all the meanwhile, VG Reborn are actually adding their own pressure here in the bottom lane, so it looks like a potential trade is going to be in order again. And with those Treants already out, it looks like a tier 2 is certainly in order here for MVP.
The only person who can really TP on this tier 2 is, he's going to get glimpsed back if he has to.
Yep, quick tornado will be there. He comes in though with Bunny and Crime and CYF. Huge Sonic Wave comes through from Mikasa. It is going to lead to a quick 1-for-1. They're going to get the follow, taking down the Lifesteal here from MVP. Good hold for them, and they'll be able to get the finish on this tier 2 tower.
Yeah, that's just easy setup for the Disruptor. I mean, you're going to be expecting those Lifestealer bombs to come out from somebody, and it just so happens you're going to come out from a Darkseer into a kinetic field, Static Storm, and you can't do anything. You can't rage.
Very optimistic play there, possibly from Vici Reborn going for that bit of a defense. Had Mikasa there to help out a bit with that Sonic Wave, but maybe needed that +1, and that +1 possibly in that Primal Roar to really make it that much more of a juicier gank attempt. But MVP will be awarded with the couple of pickoffs plus the tower, and Forever will be picked off, it looks like here. Vici has the finger if necessary, will commit it, and your Rev Nature's Prophet will be put into the grave.
Yep. And they also have the Orchid to work with. They're going to go on Dubu.
Yeah, they got that blink, but DDC's going to be able to get off the stun right now. Can they get the finish here for the Sark? Sark going to retreat away. Can't make it out through trouble. Now slowed up from the boars, and they'll be able to take down the Slark.
Mikasa missed the jump. He missed it. He tried for the screenplay, but just a little bit off the mark there. Disruptor going to the south.
So make it 2 all day there for Vici Reborn. They lose 2 of their own in the top lane, and they're just as fast able to kind of get 2 more kills themselves, and 2 core kills at that.
Yep, nice kind of setup there from Mikasa, and you see the problem now with the Invoker going for this Midas, but where is his damage coming from? Doesn't have it, and that's why the Queen of Pain was just able to blink in and just wasn't able to die. So really well played from VG.R right now, and like I said, they're still in the driver's seat, so they can make things happen. You don't have the Earthshaker with the Blink Dagger yet, so that's going to be like their kind of big setup as we talk about. And
MVP had rotated over with the smoke here, but towards the Roche pit, possibly anticipating something from Vici Reborn, but it looks like the smoke could end up leading really nowhere, as MP will just utilize it to kind of get back into the grind of farm. On the other side, Vici Reborn couldn't make their own move, and, you know, ZYF, he's not that big of a fan of that, you know, ancient creep lifesteal. I don't think I've seen him pick one ancient creep this game.
Yeah, he could have picked up maybe the dragon early on and tried to mow down all the towers, but they already did take down all the tier 1 towers just because they're just manhandling the MVP. Same thing with MVP. They just kind of went around the map and just got the objectives because they always pick up this Furion, and they're just able to get these objectives so easily. But MVP, they have a lot of setup right now. Tons of setup. They have the blink now for the Earthshaker. Fissure set up into Tornado and into the Static Storm. That's the best thing about their lineup. They have 2 things to set up for a huge Static Storm play.
All right, they're going for Roche, but Vici Reborn are quick on it.
Great.
Yeah, great rage timing. Is not going to have any sort sort of trouble with that static storm or tornado. He makes quick work of the disruptor. Now he sees a low ground. Mikasa gets a nice catch with a sonic wave, but there's a beautiful block coming out from Febby. Will prevent them from moving forward. Barely able to make it away right there with the right click damage. And with them muscling out MVP from this Roche, they're looking to take it right from them, and they go in themselves.
And that was a sonic wave used with the arcane rune, so he's going to have that available in 75 seconds for the next team fight. And it doesn't look like MVP can really contest this at all. Tornado Scout's a little bit too late, and it looks like they want to go on the aggressive here. Mikasa, Life Stealer inside.
Kilo was able to slip out there, it looks like on the back of the TP, but this is a huge boost right now for Vici Gaming Reborn. You know, MVP, we're hoping to make a move to get the Aegis themselves, and I don't know if it was the right timing. I mean, they have that Sentry Ward there, but you're going against the Beastmaster, and with the Hawk always out there, they continue to retain the proper map control.
And they finally have a good front liner that you kind of have to set up with Echo Slam something to stop that Life Stealer from coming on top of you and just raging and then taking out your Disruptor. And that's the huge part of their team fights, is having this Disruptor controlling people. So right now, MVP doing his best they can to split push out the lanes, but Beastmaster with a haste and an invis. Oh, Kuro, no wait, what?
Oh, he sees that the haste was taken away. But who took it? No one's invis, but oh, they're gonna catch him out with a nice primal roar. He's able to leap away, but not able to leap too far. That will lead to a pickoff there for Vici Gaming Reborn.
Top lane though, they're setting up for this kill on Yang. He's gonna TP away, but oh no, he gets him out of it.
Yep, and well, it puts him down below. Sprout's not gonna lock him in place. He simply pops off the mech. While that happens, it is Febby who's gonna be taking down the mid lane. ZYF just trucks right through the tier 2 and easily takes out the Earthshaker, knowing that the rest of MVP are doing work here in the top lane.
And they have Aegis still to work with. They have Necro 3, not necessarily on FY right now. Probably back out and wait for that. I'm very curious to see when VG.R want to, try to go for that high ground. I mean, they're just on another level today. Just taking it to MVP. Way more aggressive than them, and they desperately need it. Oh, nice blink, but that was just a lot of weird interactions there. He infested as well as Rage to stay. I wonder how that would have worked. If he infests the creep, I think he has to stay at the creep. He wouldn't go back. But that's one of those things you'll never see, and it could be bugged.
And it looks like he is going to be going for possibly the Desolator there next, with one Lethal Hammer already picked up. Will really be able to hit that bottom. Yeah, bottom. They made the move for DDC, a Sprout, an Orchid, Nature's Guys, and a Tornado will be able to catch him right there at the end, and he will fall to his demise. And that's a killing spree bounty going the way for MP. Now for an Evoker who had a bit of a struggling start, he's made quite the recovery, and he's finished off his first staff now.
Yeah, this is just old school Invoker when you're just going for the positional plays. They're going to be trying to kite a lot now from MVP. They have the Sprout for that, the 4-staff, as well as we talked about the Fissure kind of blocking off the Life Stealer. They're just going to have to effectively do it. But the problem with that is VG.R have so much catch potential. They have Surge to work with. You also have the Blinking and Queen of Pain, who's working on her BKB. And once she has it, there's just going to be no hope in stopping her besides that Echo Slam.
And for Febby there, I mean, he has the Blink Dagger now, so got to keep a heads up for those dunk lead-ins here. Looks like a jump there on the bottom. We're going to go for Rev now. MVP have been waiting in the wings for something to happen like this, and they're going to get the Static Storm, but ZYF is able to truck right past it. And can he get Duber down before he's TPing away? No. The stun comes just a hair too late.
How much?
Is under attack.
They're like 50 HP. I thought he was going to have enough. But once he has that Desolator, he's going to be paper.
Yeah.
Still, rotations. Nice Queen of Pain. Worked off.
But Kiro is able to kind of sidestep it a bit and make his way out from trouble.
Meanwhile, they're trying to set up on the bottom lane. They might get an Echo Slam off.
Ooh, and they make a jump for Yang here. Kiro trying to get the pick in for the Darkseer. Needs a little bit more. He's trying to juke around the trees and make it away. Y steps in, tries to help out, but this could be a bad trade for MVP, and it will be. A finger there simultaneously at that bottom lane, as you were mentioning. They are going to be able to get a pick off. MP gets the pick off on ZYF, so it's a core apiece.
As well as the Darkseer going down, but yeah, shutting down this lifesteal as much as you can. He was just kind of getting out of control, and that's going to help out a lot. And they talked about it on the panel where Slark versus lifesteal in the later game, it favors heavily the Slark just because once you start trading those blows and they both kind of have that Basher and the Abyssal Blade, Slark's going to eventually win because he can Dark Pact off the stuns as well as, keep on taking all of his life with the Essence Shift. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this later stage goes, but
Spied out MP here. They get the Orchid. He quickly forces up, and he's got the assistance there from Freddy with the fissure, and he gets a nice little tornado connection. EMP will force FY back, so this is a commitment from Mikasa. He jumps in and just debuts his BKB, but not going to be able to get anything with it.
And we saw how that last team fight with the Lifestealer, Dakota. He didn't have a Glowing Blade for the Nature's Prophet.
He jumps into DDC, who has that Blade Dagger now, and they just make quick work of the Nature's Prophet. That's a good little trade right there.
Sprouts no more.
Oh, and that pretty much will secure his Desolator.
So this is going to help out a lot for just shredding the supports. He still needs to be inside of somebody like the Queen of Pain so he can still get on top of somebody. You saw that's the problem with Lifestealer at times. But meanwhile, they're setting up on bottom lane everywhere.
Already committed his pounce there. And, well, that will be the end of it. Man, Kiro has been taken down a lot this game. He is 3-7-3 on his Slark.
Just not having the best time. They are doing everything right now to shut down, and they're playing a better Nature's Prophet kind of game, and both they keep picking him off every round of the map. As well as last game, it was the OD constantly dying. Now it's the Slark, as you're saying, dying around the map. VG.R just have their number.
And already we're seeing some high ground pressure here. ZYF with that new shiny Desolator. Look at him siege this tier 3. This tier 3 is just about done. And, well, he'll step back as he sees that no one else from MVP is kind of in the side lanes and does anticipate that they are pulling out a bit of a defense. And you gotta remember they have that high ground defense with the Femi Blink Dagger Echo Slam. Tier 3 though gonna be taken down. Rax is now exposed. Tornado will come out. Now all the meanwhile it is
the only way they can get this set up is with the smoke here, Dakota. But they're already backing out.
Kiro's trying to chase, but they will get the glimpse. DDC tried to blink out, but they will pick off the little lion support. MVP at least getting one thing in exchange for their tier 3, and they're not down there yet.
They desperately need more.
They really do.
That line is not enough for MVP to come back into this game.
They're hustling, but I don't think they're gonna get any sort of catch. Actually, they might here. Mikasa on the low ground. They're still on the move. Links away just as fabulous slippers over, but they got a new glimpse. But it's Yang right into a static storm connected to a combo, but now they're looking for a response. Mikasa moves in, catch for Febby. Meanwhile, ZYF easily able to isolate and finish off the Desolator like he's paper. They'll get the Febby takedown, and they're not done there yet. Mikasa in trouble from MP, but ZYF makes a move for Forev. Forev will be able to spot himself, but they turn the corner. MP dominating now, but all the meanwhile is going to be ZYF who's able to isolate and possibly get the finish for him. No! They won't get it. The Lumberjack FY jumps in from above and chops down those trees and will be able to get the pick off. Kiro, Kiro. Gonna get caught here. There's the open wounds. He attempts to pounce out. Makes it away. They have the vision. He's gonna get slowed by the board. They got him. ZYF, a killing spree for him. 4-2-8 on his Lifestealer. Now, all the meanwhile, they also get their own return for MVP side as MP gets his own pick off, finishing off FY. But another takedown on Kiro here. The fight recap doesn't tell the whole story here, but if we take a look at the net worth, it continues to go the way of Vici Gaming Reborn.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to side, even though they got, a 2-for-3 trade-off there from MVP, or it might have been a 3-for-3, but yeah, because the Airshaker went down. Still, when you have Kiro keep on getting shut down like this, he's not going to have his Scotty at a reasonable time, and we're talking about it going into the latest game stages. Life's top.
DDC sidestep the Tornado, actually blinking up north, gets off the quick text on the MP, but he is still in a lot of trouble here. And, yeah, will be easily taken care of. And, yeah, while the QO Slark continues to get picked off, MP, though,
yeah, MP putting the team on his back now. Now they're trying to go on the offensive and get pickoffs around the map.
Yeah, and he suddenly has an Agnum Scepter complete on his Invoker, so...
Doesn't really have the points and Exort to work with it. He has 3 now with the additional with Ag, so not going to be working with the Forge Spears just yet, and it's not going to have a lot of damage coming out from the Meteor, so still only able to play with the Quads Rex, but That definitely glass disarm will help out tremendously against the Lifestealer. Another way to really kite him after his rage.
MVP continues to kind of creep in here from the northern side, possibly awaiting someone to rotate in here. They're going to see Mikasa, jumping dunk, and a silence, and a static stroke, all for him. A lot of hate for this Queen of Pain. They'll get the successful pickoff. Now they have the advantage in numbers. We'll see if MVP are going to be now making their first move into the high ground here.
Yeah, you can't. You just wasted your Disruptor ulti, and you just like want to get that kill so desperately because it's on a Queen of Pain that's 12k net worth, and they're just gonna have to back out because of wasting that.
It is going to be a bit of a difficult time for MVP to kind of do some work sieging into the base here. VG Gaming Reborn do have a very nice lineup for defending a lot of the high ground pusher. Darkseer, one of the best in the game as far as defending the high ground, and you even have FY who could set things up with his Primal Roar. Both of them having Blink Daggers to kind of make those secured initiations. MVP are going to have to get out some successful games if they want to move in.
Actually, Dakota, let's rephrase this. They have 5 Blink Daggers on VG.R.
Yeah, so technically you can't have the vehicle, but he actually does have his own Blink. Yeah, they have. Man, Blinks were on sale today, that's for sure.
I mean, because if you want to have, yeah, you already have your own.
Blink Gaming here for VG Gaming Reborn.
So they're just going to be mobile as best they can, and that's what they were hoping on for MVP, was hoping they weren't going to be mobile so they can kite them around. But with all these Blink Daggers, they're just going to be able to initiate whenever they want. They have this Furion scouting out for the Roche though, so MVP, if this could be their shot. They have huge ultimates for the Roche lineup, but without having the Echo Slam, I don't know if you can contest.
Yeah, I mean, they tornadoed, but it was kind of one of those tornadoes like, hey, I see you doing that. I see you. Now, there was the bird still up and above, but we able to scout things out, but the Roche will go down. Age is going to be picked up there from ZYF. Now, your Lifestealer has a second life to work with here.
Oh, stun canceled for Yang. They're going to immediately come back, and Roche going down. Oh, Primal Roar's out. Febby's in trouble, and QO here.
Finger from the high ground is going to help secure that one. They're going to take that too. But yeah, tier 3 goes down, and Raxes are quick to fall here as well. They're going to be forced to dish out the glyph. Ranged Rax.
Yeah, glimpse back.
Glimpsed all the way back here. Look at that, way out of the mixed DDC. On the other side here, Mikasa up in arms with MP. MP going to dish out the cold snap and will help separate it a bit, and will make his own little retreat. A nice successful push. The first base damage is going to be going the way of MVP as they get that range Rax down.
Yeah, it's just a range Rax though. It would ideally like to have the melee Rax just for those extra creeps and pushing power, but now VG.R, all they have to kind of do is push out the top lane with whoever has the Aegis, which is your Lifestealer, and then they can start setting up ganks on the mid lane or bottom, because they know 4Ev is going to try to split push them as much as they can now, but he can get burned because of that, so Beastmaster can help out in that regard, and VG.R, they just need to take this tier 2 tower top and make sure that they can apply some pressure onto the mid lane and just go for high ground before the Furion can wrap them.
Do you think though that VG Gaming Reborn do have to play against the clock a little bit? I mean, you already mentioned how Slark has more late game potential over the Lifestealer, and you even have a Nature's Prophet who offers a bit of that split push game. Do VG Gaming Reborn have to worry about this game going too late?
I think VG Reborn are at a good state where they have such great mobility that they can get pickoffs around the map. We talked about the Hawk Vision coming out and able to scout out where the Furion is constantly, so they're not necessarily on a timer for that, but
just blinking aggressively ambitious. You got a hasted DDC with a Blink Dagger here, and it looks like they're not going to be able to get the catch onto him.
If he had the haste for just another 5 seconds, that would have been a dead QO, I think.
QO going to be lucky this time. We'll be able to sidestep back and away, and that split pressure does continue here as MVP move the assault here on the bottom lane. We'll make quick work of this tier 2.
Looks like a base race.
I mean, you already have VG Gamer Reborn back at this mid lane here. ZYF just walks across the welcome mat and tries to go to work here on the racks a little bit, but
yeah, they're going to get top here with Nature's Prophet. 4Ev is going to be TPing in. Darkseer has TP'd back, but he doesn't have anything to really stop 4Ev. So this is kind of weird having your Darkseer back. Meanwhile, it can be a 4v5.
Oh, Febby jumps in, gets off a little bit of a totem smash there. Will force out a nice rage bait there from ZYF, but ZYF does still have that Aegis to work with for a few more moments. Glimpse back, will bring the Lifestealer right back into the open arms. He's going to reload, and QO meanwhile gets easily getting caught out and walked down with the Primal Roar. Add a Sonic Wave on top of that. Your Sark is going to be taken out of the picture for about 70 seconds, but has the buyback now. Will be able to commit it. They lose their melee racks, and quickly they're going to have Vici getting rewind up here. They try to 180 out from the base, but as you said, they're going to pull him back in. And Roll Yang, as he makes his move in, is going to get caught under that Static Storm. It looks like they might be able to get ZYF. He has no more ages here. A little sidestep, looks to race out, will be able to blink away to safety. And will they be able to get the catch onto him? It looks like they will not. DC will be able to TP away. ZYF, he's hiding right now in the tree. They know where he is. They see him though. There he is, and they got him. Oh, he tried to find a little closet to hide in, but that was not a safe haven.
Oh man, I think Tower gave him vision or something. Very unfortunate to make that huge play of getting out the base alive. So that's going to heavily favor MVP. They were able to, well, they weren't able to get that Rax top lane, so still VG.R going to be the getting the better of that trade here, and well, now you can see the problems with QO. Like, you get picked off too many times, and he desperately needs. I'm very curious to see what he goes for, right? You kind of want to have a BKB because we keep seeing what happens. He keeps on using his Dark Pack very early because, see, he has to, and he's playing very aggressive. So then Beastmaster just instantly roars him afterwards.
And now we're seeing QO farm up a little bit here on the Ancient Camp a bit, but it's been a bit of a reset at this point.
Still, MVP, they can get a lot of pickoffs around the map. Both teams can, and that's just what's going to come down to this game right now. It's still, I think, a little bit favored for VG.R right now, like 65-35, just because they can get the catch off a little bit better. But MVP, all they really need to have is one good Echo Slam, and I think they can take a team fight.
They're rolling through here into Vici Reborn territory. Looks like they'll just snipe a bit of the farm here and not press their luck hanging around a bit too long here. FY is looking to roll through as well.
The poor Hawk got hit by the tornado.
Yep.
Poor Hawky.
Quick, easy takeout. We'll spawn a new friend now. But this is MVP kind of controlling the majority of this map. They've taken over and farmed through the VG Gaming Reborn jungle. No one's farming the MVP jungle right now, so VG Gaming Reborn are feeling a bit starved at this moment. And it looks like someone's going to be breaking out here. QO moves in. He's got that Invis rune. They're looking for a setup. Oh, quick blink. They have the gem on FY. He looks to avoid the trouble. Quickly pops his Necro Book, and they will sidestep any sort of gank attempt there from MVP.
Yeah. So that's kind of like where you're trying to make up something happen and then nothing comes of it. So you're just going to be forced back now and try to split push.
BKB for your Darkseer.
They still want to make something happen here in the bottom lane.
And MVP have not pulled off from this bottom lane for what feels like the past couple of minutes now, and QO is going to just farm up the Necro Book in the meantime. I mean, they've been doing a great job, MVP has, of being able to keep these lanes pressured and not allowing VG Game Reborn to comfortably move past the river since their previous mid-lane engagement.
Yeah, and on straight on 5-on-5s, if VG.R, they should take the team fights handily. But it's going to come down, talked about the initiation from the ES as well as just getting caught out. So they've been doing a really nice job of just hunting down the Hawks, making sure there's no vision. It's obviously nighttime right now, so they're not going to be having that extra vision from VG.R, and that's going to be scary for them. Luckily enough, Roshan will not be spawning until, a good, 3 minutes? Is that maximum?
No, I mean,
we want to get to know for another minute.
Yeah, we won't know for another minute, so we'll have to see who it could end up favoring here, but you can bet that for both these teams, they'll be certainly keeping a lot of tabs on when it does come up. But VG Gaming Reborn now pop out of smoke, and you can see the game plan potentially drawn out, but they're actually making the move from mid lane. Now that they spotted out QO, they're hoping for an opportunity to maybe get a blink roar off. But QO's already departed. He quickly picks up an Arcane Rune and will blink himself right up into the woods. So VG Gaming continue to fish for an opportunity here. Smoke pops and make the jump. They're going to see QO here. They go right into a Shadow Dance to get the pullback. And they got Febby. They got a good Febby fissure, but ZYF quickly jumps for that fissure target. Yeah, we need that to kill. Destruction, we're going to take him down. A gem is going to be swung for VG Gaming Reborn there. They already had one of their own, but taking away that extra vision potential from MVP.
Yep. But you can just see how MVPs line up. Like, they just lose their 2 supports there, and then they just immediately go push out the bottom lane with Furion, and then start, summoning the Forge Spirits and pushing out. So it's really hard for VG.R when they don't get these cores to make another play around the map. So
yeah, they have to get back to these lanes, address them, and force them to kind of push out, and more of rinse and repeat here. Yang will do his own work bottom lane, and they're not going to be able, as you said, to find a whole lot of follow-up unless they're able to get a catch on a big mighty core here, which could be MP here in the top lane. FY has the roar. They're going to see the tornado possibly fly out, and now they have to make their move, and there it is. They get the blink open wounds plus the primal roar. They'll allow ZYF to kind of continue to do the work, and that will be a successful
Dubu too. Shiva's going to slow him down. Nice force staff. Didn't see Dubu picking that up, else he would have been a dead Raptor.
He makes it away. They will not get the support follow-up here. Febby is close to trouble and might not even know it here. It looks like they won't be able to pick it out.
They just put on the life stealer.
Yep.
So where do they go now from here? They just see Febby.
Does not look like they're going to find a catch opportunity though. And we touch back with Roche again. We get to see our secondary timer. It's going to be just about a minute before it is up. And with the position both these teams are in, I mean, a strong push coming out from VG and Reborn towards this top lane as they get their finish onto the final outer tower here on the side of MVP. I wonder if they can kind of just take this momentum from top all the way down to that Roche area and try to take it.
Yeah. It still would be a very hard rush for them to take just because we talked about all the AoE coming in from MVP, and they have a lot of scouting utensils. Furion with his Treants can go scout. You also have the Tornado, Sunstrike. So this next rush could be make or break for both teams.
We'll see though, as FY already starts trucking that way. You can just start to see the standoff getting ready to be formed here. It's very crucial for both of them if they want to begin to kind of add that extra pressure. MVP could use this Aegis to kind of get the finish there in that top lane and possibly look for their own follow-up. And VG Gaming Reborn, you could pretty much say the same for them. And ZYF is looking to siege up. He's got a Hyperstone for now, but I can bet that this is going to move into an AC, which would allow their objective gaming to be that much more potent. It looks like Roche is up now. VG Gaming Reborn are first in the pit, but MVP very close by. They have the Hawk. Scouting up from the high ground as Kilo makes a go for the illusion. They make their own jump, and they're going to try to get the finish, but Kilo's going to be forced away. He gets the BKB off, and he's going to be good. And now it's MVP looking to turn it around. ZYF won't be able to get the finish, taking out both supports, and they'll get the follow, taking down Forev. Gem on the deck now. Mikasa's going to be going down. The Slark is going to get finished. Nice catch with the finger coming out from DDC. VG Gaming Reborn will win this fight, and they could get rewarded here with a nice race takedown.
And how are the buybacks looking right now for MVP?
They have two. Okay, one for the Slark and one for the Nature's Prophet.
Because they're still going to be able to pressure and make you buy back, so they can set pressure in the bottom lane here when they come back. And Volker's going to try to stall. This could be very bad for MP if he gets caught out.
Tornado, swing and a miss there.
It's still taking a lot. It's so hard to kill Roche. You don't have the Inner Beast Oil, you don't have the Necros to work with, and I thought the Deso would be enough. Wait, he has Deso and Mjolnir? Okay.
He turned into Mjolnir.
So
I guess anticipating that split push game from Nature's Prophet.
So what he did is, he changed his item slot to have the Mjolnir now. So the Desolator, it's kind of, he might sell it or might just trade it. Like when he's doing Roche, he might trade it, so Desolator is the one active. But this is going to be very interesting to see how this is going to work, because the Desolator is not going to do anything now but just add damage.
Yeah, very peculiar item build-up for your lifesteal on this one, but, maybe it's necessary. I mean, you're seeing all the split push come in with these Forge Spirits, with these Treant Protectors coming out, and, obviously with an Agnum Scepter build-up on Forev, you're going to get all sorts of deep, you're going to have to get all the deep push you can to kind of deal with it here, and I guess they're just taking early steps towards that with this Mjolnir pickup.
Yeah, but he still needs a lot of armor, especially against the QO Slark and the Invoker when he starts using the Alacrity. Desperately need the armor. Even, something's crazy is you think about lifesteal. He has a rage already, but if you put BKB on him, he's immortal. Because you're going to have the potential for 20-second or something crazy. If you just time it right, you rage first, then BKB, and then you get a maximum of 22 seconds of BKB. There's nothing that really goes through it that we talked about. I mean, the only thing that's going to help is the Slark with the Scotty, slowing the lifestealer down, but they have scouted this out.
Okay, another go at the low. Slark going to make his jump is for MP here. Final roar and a finger. Sonic Wave is going to be a bit too late, but they already got the finish for the Invoker here. He quickly buys back, and now Forever looks to make his move. Sprouty's going to be a swing and a miss, and he BKBs up, and it looks like ZYF is going to make his move for that. All meanwhile, QO up in arms with the Volt, while Yang gets caught under his statics from the finish off the Darkseid on this one. Jumping from DDC, nice stun. It's only going to connect for Dubu, though. ZYF looks to finish him off. We'll be able to get the catch on that one here, and it turns into another buyback there for MVP. Forever's going to have to buy back if they want to have any sort of contention for this Roche, but it looks like VG Gaming Reborn might be able to pocket it here. A buyback though for Yang, and now ZYF is going to be going toe-to-toe here with QO. Nice steps in, nice little sprout, walks QO. Under the trees, but yeah, Febby moves in. There's going to be the fissure. ZYF caught into the Hex, and now they begin to square off. Another sprout. This one locks in ZYF. Meanwhile, Febby is going to be isolated between both F5. ZYF, there he is. And he got it. They're going to be able to quickly finish off MP. Invoker is out 100 seconds. No buyback for him. QO pouncing, running, trying to make it away, but ZYF is able to catch him up, and he has his number. Yang picks up that one, and now you just go right for the mid lane. You go right for the mid lane. You don't go for Roche at all. You force buybacks. You know that the Invoker doesn't have one, but QO should still have one, and they're still going to be fighting without their big ultimates for the side of MVP. And you're only down the Lion right now. Everything's looking good. They can just, they can get everything right now, and this could be over for MVP. Yeah, eyes on the prize here. ZYF skips over, finishing out the racks in the mid lane, and just bolts to the north here, going right for the tier 3. Does force out that QO buyback, but just as they see the buyback come out, they're 180 out of there. Febby, hard commitment here. Blinks to the low ground to get off the stun, but they are starting to do a lot of things. This tier 3 tower in bottom is taking a heavy amount of damage, and as well as the top racks, so they were able to fend them off. So really well played there from 4F, just keeping them in the game. And you just saw how it's really hard for VG.R to siege those towers. Are they going to take this? Looks like they might. VG.R really need to kind of get this push out from their base, and they need to start beelining it towards this Roche. It is taking quite a while here for MVP to be able to finish it off right now, and I don't think they're going to have enough time. They're going to anticipate VG.R is like, thanks guys, you did all the hard work for us. Softening it up a quick. Oh, here we go though, jumping from Mikasa. It's for the illusion though, and the BKB committed. All for a scary little illusion. But that will allow now. Is there going to be a big player? QO is thinking about it. Sunstrike. Does this Slark make the move? He breaks in. Cannot snag it up. Oh no. QO, you're going to get rolled up too. He is down. That is. Oh, that's bad. It's it. I mean, QO was out. Oh. I mean, super ambitious. Was that necessary? Was that if you had buyback to win? Yes, but not having buyback. Oh man, that was pretty all in there from QO to make it go for that Roche, and not getting it, losing his life. I mean, they are going to get bottom racks. 4F is doing his best to keep them in, but they can't get the megas for the mid. So they're just going to go in the game now. No Slark for 77 seconds. Yep. Rage avoids the tornado and the deafening blast. ZYF moving, trucking in. Glyph going to be forced out now. We're going right for the jugular on this one. A micro base race here. 4F also making a move for tier 4s here with the help of the Treants, but they just cannot move as fast here. Fast enough. You have to come back. VG Gaming, it looks like they're going to make a go for the throne, and they have actually pulled out a bit of an upset here. They will 2-0 the favorites in MVP. Well played by them. A lot of people did not know what to expect from Vici Gaming Reborn, I guess if you will, the H-Cup champions for the first 4 seasons, securing their invite here. And a lot of people thought that this team wasn't the best that China had to offer, but they come here and they show up to play, man, on day number 1. Whew. I mean, both teams were kind of like back and forth getting pickoffs, but it just looked like VG.R was getting the more prize pickoffs in towards the later game. Beastmaster did everything right.